Hey, before this video gets started, I'd like to ask you to do me a favor. If you find yourself watching this video, and obviously you have because you can hear this, if you decide for whatever reason to nope out of this video before it finishes, and I mean like well before it finishes, like before the halfway mark or at any point, like you decide like to leave before it's done, do me this favor and leave a comment down below explaining exactly why you're leaving. If it's my voice, if it's the audio, like the audio quality, if it's the co-host voice, if the video is just boring, doesn't matter what it is. Like even if it's like, well, I suddenly had to poop and I had to leave. Like doesn't matter what it is, just tell me what it is down below because I'm trying to boost audience retention. And I feel the only way to really do that is by having the audience tell me what's making them lose retention. So enjoy the show. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are playing the Avengers. I don't know where I'm going. Gotta go down here. So that dude, he gonna go that way. I don't know. I guess I could hit the button. So I want to go that way.
You want me to run without knowing where I'm running to?
That's bullshit. I could have outran him. Press up on the D-pad. I forget her name. But yeah, I remember.
Kamala?
No. Lady Hawkeye. It's not a Lady Hawkeye. But I remember like talking, being on the phone with Jordan, and I remember talking about that show while I remember watching the show while washing dishes, like late at night, and I don't think it was it during Christmas, like during the holiday season that they released it.
I think so.
Okay. Campaign difficulty. I'd like for y'all to notice that, note that, it's not hard. I'm just getting spotted a lot.
Which is not tied to difficulty.
Yeah, not at all.
I love that when Thor gets electrified, his little mirrors on his chest light up.
DNA says she was here. Well, don't be listening to DNA. DNA.
Somebody won't find you.
Don't know.
Yours. Hope these guys don't swim.
I don't remember what DNA stands for, but I do know that the A stands for acids.
Oh, ew.
I stopped moving for all of 2 seconds and got caught. Because I got tripped up.
But yeah, The Boys. So have you watched it at all?
Yeah.
Okay. So you took away from it things that I did not take away from it. Cause I will say I have a I always complained when a character is written to be worse than Hitler.
This is way more ew.
And Liberty was basically that character.
I'm about to have company.
It didn't help any that she was a Nazi, you know.
Yeah.
But that was kind of my beef was what was the point? I don't understand why people write villains that don't have any redeeming qualities. Because all I can think is doesn't a villain always needs to be likable in some capacity. They can have a henchman that ain't shit, but there has to be something about the villain that you can either relate to, or it makes you feel like you can understand their motives. Because otherwise, again, it's you basically, it's Hitler. There's nothing about Hitler that makes you go fuck. Well, everything about Hitler makes you go fuck, but there's nothing about Hitler that makes you go, yeah, I kind of get it, unless you're a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Pushing downstairs is not how I imagined this day ending.
And so that's kind of how I felt about Homelander. Is there's nothing about him that
Who can teleport?
he's not likable. You feel
No,
me?
not at all.
The only thing that the only point in the in the show where Homelander becomes likable is when what's her name? When Liberty, he doesn't understand that she's talking about purifying the races. He just doesn't get it. Because in his head, like she doesn't understand that to him, he's perfection. And like his idea of like a perfect world is just all supers. But she's just like, no, white people. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like that was the only time where he was like at least mildly likable. Because he was so self-absorbed, he couldn't realize that she was racist. But outside of that, no, he's not likable. Like none of them are. Like I didn't love the way they made A-Train to be like the world's biggest prick for no reason whatsoever. Like even when he had a reason to like stop being an ass, he just never did. He was.
I'm so sorry.
Just.
Those synthoids were only
Oh man, you
following
got
our
a fat
security
fucking head.
protocols.
You all right?
Stealing private information is a serious offense.
Monica, give her a moment.
Hey, what's
God, this
going on?
game is buggy.
Where are you people taking me?
Oh god, that's thing.
Somewhere.
Have you watched Invincible? For that
Fuck!
matter?
I watched Invincible like 2 years
Forgive
ago.
me.
Mhm.
I know I don't quite compare to my holographic counterpart. But it's
Golly,
a nice
that's
trick
sick.
for the shareholders.
I've been watching Invincible.
Dr. Tarleton?
You can call me Brainiac.
Flesh.
Why did you hack our servers?
I didn't steal
Spoilers.
anything.
And what were you looking for?
If you're playing this game,
And they don't know he's playing yet.
Kamala.
but nah, that was just
Only
boy. This
wants to
controller's gonna
free
be
us
dead
from being at the
because the
mercy
fucking
of the powerful.
the car is moving,
Subjectivity.
so the controller's vibrating.
Unlimited power, that's dangerous.
It's one of those things where I think about stuff like that. By the way, like, because we know that because, like, you know, we know comic book stuff, at least even like a little bit about comic book stuff. But like, I realize that every comic book something is someone's first comic book something. It's like when people played Arkham Knight, and were legitimately surprised when you find out Jason Todd is the Arkham
I
Knight.
think I'd actually get in.
Yeah, I didn't.
Her infection
Because
must
when
be
Jordan
getting
was
worse.
playing it, I didn't know if
I
he
didn't mean to
knew
hurt
or not.
anyone.
Of course not.
Because like, if you've
But
seen
what
a
happens
Batman
when
under
you
the
lose
red
control
hood,
again?
it's literally just Batman under the red
What
hood.
happens when you
Yeah, because that's the
hurt
actual
someone
like just
that you
comic
love?
storyline, just
Like,
adapted basically.
Even the Avengers
And even
had
if
to
you haven't
suffer
read the
for their
comic,
hubris.
it's a movie.
Yeah.
Like the fact that like the fact that the dude that Batman was going up against knew exactly how to break all of his shit. Yeah, that's it.
And
Like, because
you
even in the
caught
fucking
that.
game and in the movie, Batman's like, there's only one person this
You
could be.
there?
It's like, who the fuck
Yeah,
else
'cause,
would
like-
know how to do this?
Yes.
Because like even like you as the player, like, oh, you're bringing up Jason Todd, this Robin that got beat up and almost like basically killed.
No, he got
Why did you
no,
bring that up?
Come on,
He got
Kamala.
killed.
Let's do this.
I mean, yeah.
Yes?
He died.
Let aim help
Joker
you.
killed him, but Batman put him in the Lazarus pit,
I'll
and
take
I
my
think
He came back.
he was under the
Yeah.
impression. No, I think he was under the impression that it didn't work.
Well done, Kamala. You just coated yourself.
If I remember right in the comic books, I don't know about the movie because I haven't seen it in forever, but I know in the comics, like, he does think that it does not work because they tell him it does not work, but it does in fact work.
Yeah, but it kind of makes him crazy.
You can't go
Yeah.
And he's I mean it's what you saw, it's what you see in the game. He's upset at Batman for feeling like he just replaced him. And it's
I mean,
like,
if you wake up one day and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go see my my main dude, and you're like, oh, you got a new main dude.
like,
That's
you got a
that's
new
cool.
sidekick. Like, how long did you wait? Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce?
Resistance has to know what to do.
That might, you know what, to say that out of nowhere. Yeah, like I sound crazy. Can I punch somebody, please?
Soon, yes. You soon you will be
Get
punching
out of
people.
town.
Oh, I hit a guy. Look at that. Take that. Take this. Take this. Take this.
What? Stop running!
No.
Come on, car! Stop running!
Are you on my side? Who are you? Do you believe in Jesus Christ? Is he your Lord and Savior? If you say yes, I'll stop running. I hit it twice. So that was contextually you were supposed to fall.
Helping me?
Okay.
Stick
You
around
could have
to find
said
out.
that. You could have said I'm here to help rather than stop running. Who the fuck does that? Like, it's like when the cops go, stop, police. No, like you just told them to run. They're not gonna stop. Ugh. That's enough. You guys.
I gotta fight my way out of town. Okay, let's do this.
You've had this coming.
Please surrender to Hale authorities.
First off, counter being
See
hard,
powers?
wrong button.
Here we go.
Positive ID. The sale is imminent.
Gave me away.
Ranged combat recommended.
Are those grenades?
How weird do you think it feels for her like to like swing her giant foot?
You know, I'm thinking about that because, like,
Is that all you got?
got
Gravity
the
and
logistics
physics.
in that.
Gravity and physics and whatnot. Like I think it would just feel weird.
I'm also thinking about, like, when you're, like, stretching, like, would you feel, like, the nerve endings, like, doing weird things? Because
I
the
would
surface
imagine-
areas, and like, I don't know.
I would imagine you're ready to hear something you need to hear. It's like when you kind of pull on your flaccid dick.
Reinforcements engaged.
Why don't
Uh-huh.
we
Not
give
down
our
here.
new friends
Like when you stretch it, it feels a little stretchy. And it's only when it hits its limit does it start to hurt. So I would imagine that her I would imagine that like her nerves and everything involved are
Made to
stretchy.
accommodate this
Yeah, they're
now.
stretchy as well.
but I practiced for this.
Okay.
I was born for this. I don't know the words. It's Born for This by Ritz. I don't remember the words for the hook. Ritz has a tendency to put a whole lot of words in his lyrics. I'm hurt now. So you're like Spider-Man, but less messy.
Come on, Nakia.
Damn.
Cover for
Or
me.
Reed Richards, but
Say I went on the retreat.
less of a bad husband.
Bye, Jersey.
You're dirty now.
The fucking... She stinks, by the way. I don't know if y'all remember this. She was just in
Subject
some
to
shit.
1102
But she
can
was
clone
just
herself
literally
almost
waist deep in
perfectly,
shit.
with the exception of
And
a
she just
slight
gotta... That's why the
color
city
variation
bus,
in
though,
eyes.
man.
The cells are splitting down the center, creating two
City
separate
bus.
individuals.
It just be like that.
It's like the planarian flatworm. Only
Like, you just accept that you need this ride, and so does everybody
all the
else.
memories of the original subject. 0925 can create powerful bursts of energy, and there's at least a half a dozen with fire-based abilities. We're building an arsenal.
And yet another
Programmable
trophy.
power under our control. No more heroes.
They're
No more
pretty
mistakes.
generous.
It's time
Yeah,
for
we'll
another
check out the
dose.
trophy list
I feel fine.
toward the end of the
You're in a
episode.
coma for 6 months.
Well, toward the end of the
Earlier, you could barely
Recording
contain your
session.
cough.
and see what the odds are.
A few more doses of my regenerative formula, and your
I
treatment will
honestly
be
thought she
complete.
said a few more doses of my virginity, and I was very confused.
They still light candles at the base
So
of
a
their
very
skulls.
strange move for a Marvel product.
I'd have torn the thing down.
Leave it. Why have the public thinking you're still
What would
worried
your
about the
virginity be
Avengers?
if it was a physical object?
Let my people handle
For a
it.
girl, would it just be like
Leave
hymen
that
hymen
to
blood?
March.
Boy, this has turned
You're right.
left like a motherfucker.
This version may be a bit more potent.
Is it stabilized?
Or would it just be the hymen itself? Which isn't proof of virginity because the hymen can grow back. Like, I don't know, like, if there's like I'm sure there's a limit to all things in life. There's a limit.
Oh, this is incredible.
I'm just trying to put my line down.
I'm at a payphone.
Trying to call home?
Seems like
Oh, never mind. I thought you were singing the song.
I was referencing this and
Oh, okay.
not singing this.
Okay. Do you know the words?
Not all of them, no.
Okay. I'm
Not
at
enough
the
to know.
phone trying to call home. All of my change I spent on you.
Hey, Abu.
When it's all wrong,
So I took your advice.
like,
I'm with
where are the
Nakia
plans
and
that we
others
made
on the
for two?
retreat.
If happy ever after did
Can you
exist, I would still be
believe
holding
there's
you
no
like
cell
this.
service out here? I had to hike all the way up
If
to this
happy
payphone
ever
to make
after
this phone
did
call.
exist, I would still be holding
Anyway,
you like this.
You're
All
right.
those
We're
fairy
having a
tales are
blast.
full of shit. One more fucking love song.
I'll be home late Sunday.
sick. There's a clean cut version of that
Promise
song
I'll be good.
where like they don't swear and Wiz
More?
Khalifa's rap verse is taken out. This is my favorite version of the song because I just don't think Wiz Khalifa fits in that at all.
You think it was more of like just a marketing thing?
No, I
Or
think.
do you think they
no.
legitimately think it
No.
sounded good?
Yeah, I think Adam Levine really likes hanging around black people. Because like on their last album of Red Pill Blues, like they have like Kendrick Lamar, they have fucking Future. His like there's a song called Cold on that featuring Future on Red Pill Blues, and like before his verse starts, he ad libs in the chorus. I always thought he was saying, "So goddamn colder, it's so goddamn colder." Turns out he was just saying, "So cold, it's colder," and I was like,
Conspiracy
"Mine's
theories
better."
online point to this canyon as the Resistance home base.
So
Honestly, it's
They're the only
fine.
chance I've got.
Like your version fits fine.
I took
Didn't
tags
mean to
off
do
made
that,
you
but okay.
priceless. I just spent half a meal on a chandelier. Now you trying to cut me off like a light switch. Gotta try to use space. This the way he's like, he's not. He makes music I wouldn't choose to make, but like sometimes
At
Future
least
does
I know
make songs that I'm
someone's
like,
been out here anyway.
it's not the song, but I like his delivery and the way he chose to do what he did. Sometimes, where the fuck are we?
In
Are
the
we in
desert.
Arizona?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like me to travel
I
across
think,
the world
actually-
chasing rumors.
It looks like Arizona. Like it gives
It's either Arizona or Utah, one of those two.
strong Arizona
Things out
vibes.
here too?
Because my
I have to-
geographical knowledge is limited. So don't hang up so I can tell you what you need to know. Oh baby, I'm begging
Finally,
you, just please
something not made of
don't
rock.
go. So I can tell you what you need to
Is this a
know.
good sign or a
Cause I'm
bad?
at a payphone trying to call home. All of my change I spent on you. Where have the times gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? Never happy ever after did exist. It went from I can't fucking sing to honky tonk to Goofy.
That's just Goofy was my favorite part, though.
None of it was intentional.
I will say I would unironically listen to an entire like Goofy cover album.
God. You know what? We fucking listened to Aaron for 3 albums straight. So why the fuck not?
We listened to Aaron.
I still listen to Donkey Kong Jr. I still listen to that fucking song. I don't like it, but Dan's rap verses, like they switched.
Really good.
Really good. But golly, like there's like the part where he's just knocking shit over. I don't get it. Like I don't get the bit. What's the joke? Because I understand the joke is that Donkey Kong Jr. Like if you've ever seen Donkey Kong Jr. in a like Super Mario Kart, he looks stupid. I almost said the R word. Can't say that, or I'll get a spanking.
You get that hate speech strike.
Ugh. You can't say that word anymore. I can't. Why not?
I watched an hour-long video essay about why they think JonTron actually left Game Grumps the other day. Uh-huh.
That's too much. Man. Nope. Didn't. It wasn't happening. What do you think it was? Like, I mean, what did they say it was? I meant, like, give me some insight.
There's a lot of information in the entirety of the video, but the main like breakdown was JonTron thought of it as like just a thing to do.
Yeah.
Whereas like on top of like what he does, whereas Aaron thought I made it. Like this is my everything right now.
Yeah, that's fair. No. I
And-
get that. I like, well, from Aaron's perspective, like as somebody who like, I take my channel more seriously than anybody else does, and like, a lot of the times it's like I'd say like that. This is why they say don't do business with friends and family, because like in the business world, I think you have to be an asshole sometimes, especially like when you're a creative, like when you have a vision for something. If you're not going to like fight to maintain the vision of your creative property, why bother?
Exactly. But yeah, like basically it started to become this idea of JonTron did not want to be politically correct. He wanted to be raw, he wanted to be real. And Aaron was like, we can't do that, John. Like we can't be on the kids' YouTubes if we do that. And
Well, in general,
and John was, and so like John just stopped going to meetings, and like there was a point where they were at a con of some sort, and they had like a really important meeting, and Aaron and the editor, what's his name? I know his name.
Barry.
It's just not. Yeah, Barry. Him and Barry went to this interview, and they just completely pretended that John didn't exist. And then shortly afterwards, they did the whole, John's gonna go do his own thing now video.
Yeah.
Because look, Danny was gonna come either way, but not like on regular, not on regular Game Grumps. What the plan was that Danny was gonna just be Steam Train, with what's his face? I can't remember the name. Yeah, it was gonna be Ross, and Danny doing Steam Train. It was still gonna be like Aaron and JonTron doing Game Grumps. But like this thing happened, and like Danny had to step up because they didn't have anyone else. But yeah, there's also this whole thing about like not even mentioning JonTron on Game Grumps for like a full year or so.
Oh no, for a while, yeah. Like
because like they specifically like edited out something in the Miiverse for one of the games. I think it was the game we were playing, but just like on the Wii U or whatever. Because
3D
like
World.
someone actually, yeah, that one. Like it, but someone like actually like put something in the Miiverse about John. Like, are we just not going to talk about John Game Grumps? And like they edited it out because like, and you can tell like they never mention it or talk about it, but like you can see Aaron's like mood dip immediately when it comes up because it's just this blank part of the Miiverse.
If you can find
Like,
that video, like send it to me, because I will watch the fuck
okay,
out of that.
because like Aaron's like, what the fuck ever, like whatever. And then Danny just keeps on going. And then
Yeah,
in the
'cause
next episode, next episode, they're like, "Oh, we can't get the Miiverse to work. I don't know what's going on."
that's funny. Like that's the stuff about Aaron that I don't like, because like because like when because I still follow him on Twitter, and like I have a tendency to like see like Twitter will be like, "Hey, Ego Raptor posted a thing," and it's like okay, and whenever I see Aaron having an opinion of somebody else's life or like things that they do, it always surprises me because I'm like, Aaron should be the last somebody to have an opinion of anybody's anything because he cannot handle when people have an opinion on things that he does. He just
Not at
can't.
all.
And yeah, Danny does not mind talking about John because I just think it doesn't. Yeah, people got to remember, like Danny's in his 40s. Danny's knocking on 50.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it's not cool to be almost 50 and to have like a silly YouTube show where you hang out with your bud and you play video games and have fun. But I am saying that like their fan base and like his mentality, I think at the age of 50, for me as a classic man, as a man classic, as a human man classic, I think it's a bit strange that like the majority of their fan base are like late teens and what I refer to as adult toddlers. But like a bunch of kids, like, because I can almost guarantee you, they don't have a big black fan base. They really don't. They might have at one point, but I think like over time, like their fan base is mostly white people. And I've said this before, and I'll say it until Aaron finally acknowledges his fan base and his actions. He could kill someone, and they would the fan base would split. There would be people who would forgive him immediately, and then there would be people who felt like he actively betrayed them. Like there would be people who are like, no, there's got to be a reason behind why. Like maybe he was protecting his wife, or and I was like, or Aaron's a psychopath. And supposedly Dan keeps referring to himself as a married man. I don't know how true that is. Also, I don't care. But just that's information for you. Okay. So at the end of the episode.
Oh, also,
yeah,
to keep this in the episode, Aaron's dad like goes on Reddit sometimes. He has specifically said the reason you don't hear anything about any of the stuff that went down publicly, and like the only thing you're ever gonna get is theory crafting based on like just things that people know and like put together, is because there's an NDA agreement between the two of them to never talk about it publicly.
Oh, between John and Aaron?
Yeah. For both their public images, they both agreed not to say anything about it.
Funny that John would sign that and then go on to say the things he said.
Yep.
Huh. Oh, you know what? Let me rephrase that. Funny that they would both sign that and then go on to say the things that they both said.
Yeah.
Because Aaron's public image is only positive around, like, to people who don't know him. Like, the amount of people that I've seen on Twitter who are like, yeah, like, we know him. Like, it's like we were like, you know, we knew him back in the Newground days, or like, no, Aaron's an entitled prick. Like, he'll get pissy when he doesn't get his way. And, like, everything, like, it's, I don't know, man. I want to say I don't care, but I kind of do care. Because, like, motherfucker, we are Game Grumps.
Basically.
Like, we are Game Grumps. We are definitely, like, super beard bros. I am Brett, you are Alex. Brett's the big fat black dude, and Alex just says shit sometimes. Next episode, we're gonna go through this door and see what's crack-a-lacking. But before we get out of here, here's a message to Felicity. I hope your socks are always just damp enough to be noticeable to your feet, but nothing else. Have a good night, everyone. Do the best you can with what you have. Peace. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be telling y'all to get out. Get out.